¿Qué pasa, mi gentes? Mi so familia. Hope y'all doing good. Sorry. Hope y'all doing good, doing great. Y'all, I have such an informative video. Hold up, let me move this. Such an informative video, bro. Like, this shit is crazy, okay? Just the research I've done. But first, check the fit, y'all. It's so cute. The weather is coming out. It's coming out. Yes. I got this shirt for free. I got these pants from the Wheel, and I'm wearing some slippers, whatever. But okay, anyways. Y'all know I gotta show the clothes off, okay? I hope y'all are doing good, taking care of yourselves, reaching higher levels, okay? Each and every day, striving for the best. Literally. Okay, baby. But y'all, so let me get into it because oh, I don't know, they just blew my mind. Okay, so yesterday I was you know, I was just chilling. I came home from a bike ride, all of that, and then I decided to make my dinner, right? And I was on the couch, you know, chilling, and I had consumed I consumed my butter, you know what I'm saying, my special butter, made with BHO, okay, not made with flour, but with BHO, and let me tell y'all, that shit hit. That shit is so strong, bro. I'm telling you, edibles be hitting different. Like, them eddies will get you on a different, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, smoking is just like, it's not, like, you know what I'm saying? That homemade, that's a different video. Let me stop, bro. But yeah, so I was trying to watch a movie, whatever. But the movie wasn't working out. It was you know, it was on the bootleg websites and it was acting bootleg. And so then I was just like, man, fuck this. Like, man, I'm just sitting eating my food. Like, I ain't even trying to watch the damn movie no more. And so I was just sitting there thinking, and like, you know, them high thoughts, bro. You know how that be. And out of nowhere, I don't know what I was thinking about. Like, you just don't know where this shit come from. You know what I'm saying? But I just decided to look up, like, what's like Xanax made of? Like, I don't know what sparked. I don't really remember, okay? It was all yesterday. I don't remember, bro. But yeah, so I started doing some research and shit. I'm like, man, the TV ain't on or whatever. Like, I'm gonna get educated right quick, right? So then I look up, and I got my notes on my phone, so I'm gonna be reading off of it because it's a lot of information that, you know, it's a lot to take in, okay? So I looked up what Xanax made of, because then my mind just started going further and further, thinking like into the world, you know what I'm saying? Them high thoughts, man. Okay, so one, I looked at what Xanax is made of, and Xanax is made of a compound of alprazolam, alprazolam. I'm gonna say it like that, okay? 8-chloral, 1-methyl, 6-phenyl, 4-HS trizolo, okay? With the bracket 4,3 -A bracket 1, 4 bracket benzodiazepine, okay? Okay, so then I'm like, okay, but what is this though? That's what it's made of, but essentially, what are these compounds? And when y'all are doing research, man, y'all really gotta look for, because Xanax is just the broad, simple name they gave it, but y'all really gotta look in, when y'all doing research, you gotta look for the numbers. You gotta look for the codes. You gotta look for the words you cannot pronounce. And we're not learning unless you are in that career field or in that education mindset, okay? Whatever. So yeah, that's one tip when doing research. Look for the numbers. But look, it's on Google, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta click on that hoe. And so I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna click on that. I clicked on the numbers, but no, I didn't do that. I then, you know, I scroll down, and when you're on Google, you need to scroll. We all don't get past the first page. You know what I'm saying? We all guilty of that, but I still be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I started scrolling and scrolling, just down, down, down. You know what I'm saying? And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna look up what alprazolam. I'm gonna call alprazolam. Okay, I don't know if it's called any other way, but alprazolam. And so then I started reading about that and what alprazolam is, okay? Because that's what Xanax is made of. And then alprazolam is the coded numbers. The 8-chloral-1 menthol -6 -phenyl, so on and so forth, right? So that's what alprazolam is. So let's take the steps again, okay? So it's Xanax, just a broad, basic drug. Like, here you go. You take it for when you need it, okay? Whatever. Then you go down the list. What's Xanax? Alprazolam, okay? So what's alprazolam? The compound, the code, the information. Okay, but anyways, just to get it thoroughly through your head, right? Right. Okay, so essentially we all know that Xanax helps with anxiety. Well, supposedly it's supposed to help with anxiety, depression, and a whole bunch of stuff that you get prescribed for, right? Right. But when you really read about what alprazolam is and stuff, you know, it says what it can improve and help, and it also is used for like cancer patients too, this medication. But, you know, it says, and then I started reading the common side effects. And no matter if you're taking it for a good reason, you know, a valid reason, you know, what a doctor would consider valid, like, oh, you have anxiety issues. Okay, take this. It's okay. But then you look at the common side effects, right? Include sleepiness, depression, but yet it's supposed to help with your depression and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, or suppressed emotions, mild to severe decreases in motor skills, hiccups, dulling or declining of cognition, as well as alertness or general awareness. These are the side effects, y'all. The side effects is you're not gonna have general awareness, like, just, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen people off the Xans, off the pills, off the school bus, off the beans, off the you know what I'm saying? I've seen them motherfuckers before, and literally they act like this. The side effects. These aren't side effects. This is what the drug does to you. That's what it's saying essentially, right? So cognition as well as alertness or general awareness of one's surroundings or even behavior, dry mouth, decreased heart rate, suppression, psychological inhibition of general central nervous system activity. Opposite of psychological excitation. So it says decreased heart rate, suppression of general central nervous system activity. Opposite of psychological excitation. So what is psychological excitation? Because it's the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? What I just said. Stimulation is the encouragement of development or the cause of activity in general. For example, the press provides stimulation of political discourse. An interesting or fun activity can be described as stimulating, regardless of its physical effects on senses. Stimulate means to act as a stimulus. To stimulus means something that arouses the recipient to activity. Stimuli is the plural of stimulus. Y'all, we doing research together, yeah. A particular use of the term is I don't even know if I'm saying these words. It's psychological. Yeah, it is psychological. Wait. Sociological. See, we learn it together, y'all, okay? Sociological stimulation, which refers to sensory excitation. So whenever you hear sociological stimulation or sociological excitation, that means stimuli, you know, stimulus, something that stimulates you. And this drug is doing the opposite of that. It's declining you. It's suppressing the central nervous system from your stimuli. Okay, y'all? And you wonder why we see these people get addicted. And these drugs, they are addicting. These scientists make it addicting for us. And if y'all don't know, all medication, all prescribed medication comes from Earth. It just gets manipulated under science algorithms. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They give it to us. But the research ain't done yet, okay? So those are just some side effects, you know what I'm saying? Okay, just some. And it also has terrible withdrawals. If y'all don't know, mostly all drugs, prescribed drugs you get prescribed, they're all gonna have side effects and withdrawals. I mean, but yeah. So I continue to read more and more about all of this, right? Yesterday. And then I clicked on medical uses, and of course, and this was just explaining like what it's used for. Like it helps with the anxiety disorders, panic disorders, nausea, due to chemotherapy, because chemotherapy, you know, it causes more sickness when it's supposed to help your sickness, and it doesn't make any sense, right? And then I ran into the word agoraphobia, and this word stood out to me, of course, because there's this song called Agoraphobia that I really love, and I always listen to this song like since like 2015 and shit, from Ethereal. But anyways, I love Ethereal. But anyways, yeah, he has a song called Agoraphobia. And so I clicked on that word. I'm like, okay, let me read about this then. You know, I kind of had an idea of what that word was because I looked it up before, like long ass time ago. And it's like when you feel like you can't step outside of your own home, like you feel like you're always you're always watched, or and that causes anxiety and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, and so I kept reading about it and kind of, yeah, where it originated from. And then what else stood out to me was, I don't, like randomly, like the internet, it said the word came from an ancient agora, an ancient agora in Delos, Greece, one of the public spaces after which the condition is named after. And so, and this is like the picture, whatever. And so I was just looking at it and I'm like, well, of course that has to deal with something. That has to lead to, like, you don't just name something. You know, names are very vital, you know. Who you are as a person, what your name represents, what a name represents, like these drugs and foods and all that stuff. They don't just come out of nowhere, right? And so I started reading more about it, and so I clicked on the word agora, and then it talked about agora, where the word originated from. They just added phobia, okay, to it, and I'm gonna get to why. So what is agora? The agora meaning market. Is everything clicking yet? You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, but hold up. Okay, in modern Greek was a central public space in ancient Greek city-states. It is the best representation of a city-state's response to accommodate the social and political order of the polis. The literal meaning of the word agora is gathering place or assembly. The agora was the center of the athletic, artistic, business, social, spiritual, and political life in the city. The ancient agora of Athens is best known example. Okay, and when I read that, I was like, this makes sense in a sense. You know, okay, so let me explain this. So, okay. The word agora means, oh wait, hold up, I'm not done yet. Okay, and then I clicked on, before I explain this, I clicked on origins, okay? So, early in Greek history, free-born citizens would gather in the agora for the military duty or to hear statements of the ruling king or council. Later, the agora also served as marketplace, where merchants kept stalls or shops to sell their goods. Amid arcades, this attracted artisans who built workshops nearby. From these twin functions of the agora as a political and commercial spot came the two Greek verbs, I shop and I speak in public. Okay, y'all. And after I read that on the origins, I'm like, bro, this makes sense. So, okay, the word agora and how they got agoraphobia. Agoraphobia pretty much is the opposite of agora, right? Because agoraphobia is like you don't want to get out, you're afraid, you want to be in comfort of your own home, right? And agora is a gathering place, somewhere where it's a business, it's of higher up in a sense, right? And so people suffering from agoraphobia, panic disorders, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? What do they give you? Alprazolam, right? And so then you just, all that explained to you, you kind of just level out the meanings, you know? So they give you this drug for a whole bunch of different disorders that they, you know, created and they've noticed and tested on. And all these disorders usually connect with each other. If you have like agoraphobia, you possibly have depression. If you have depression, you possibly might have panic attacks. All these things connect together. They just gave it different names because they do represent and come from a lot of different things. Okay? But so they give you this drug that is the opposite of where it came from, agora. Okay, and so it got me thinking, this drug originated from a higher learning, a higher level, which is agora. And it kind of just clicked in me like, okay, agora meaning gathering place of business, of artisans, where people market things. And what do we market in today's age? What do these scientists and these people of power put into our communities and societies? Drugs. They put it in the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's people out in the streets that, like, they sell these things. They give it to their communities. It's all spreading out. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these drugs and medical prescriptions, you know, they didn't come from us regular people. They came from somewhere of higher up, of people with power, people who are able to create these things and figure out these substances. You know what I'm saying? These codes, essentially. And then they put it out to the communities because they understand the power it holds and the deceit it gives. You know what I'm saying? To the communities. They know, you know, these drugs are decades, generations old. They know the side effects. They tell you the side effects. They tell you the compounds. They tell you literally exactly where it comes from. But we are just we are just not in control, and we are ignorant to these things. We just think, oh, it's a Xan. Oh, it makes me feel like this. It makes me feel like that. Oh, it's because then they put in these panic disorders, all of that stuff, to keep you right here so we could victimize and blame ourselves and be like, well, I have panic disorder, I need to take this. Oh, even people who aren't diagnosed, people who self-diagnose because they dislike their lives and the lives they're born into, you know, and it's fully not them to blame, because I understand life be fucked up, you know. And what do we lean to? We lead to a substance, you know, that we could easily get. These substances aren't FDA, they say it's FDA approved, though it says, you know, it's supposed to be handled with care, but why is it so surrounded in the communities and easy to get to? You know what I'm saying? It's because these high ups are putting it out there. These substances that we gravitate towards, that are scientifically made, you know, we lean to those substances over the actual natural substance. You know what I'm saying? And it's because it's easier to get to, and we are aloof and we don't understand what these drugs was actually made from and where it actually comes from. We don't know, and we don't do research. You know what I'm saying? We are just looking at surface level, that, oh, everybody else is taking these drugs, and, you know, it's cool, these rappers, these communities, whatever, the culture I'm born into, they all taking them. It makes you feel like a certain way. But essentially, what y'all all have in common is y'all aren't healing, though. Y'all aren't fixing the problem. Y'all are adding more and more to the problem. Y'all are pretty much being under a spell by these scientists. These scientists are cooking up a spell. You know what I'm saying? And not a natural spell. And yeah, so it's just kind of crazy how where it comes from leads to it, and it just makes sense. Like from Xanax to Agora. You know what I mean? And it all intertwines and connects together on the deeper issue and the deeper meaning of the issues that you see in today's community, in today's world, that we are dealing with. You know, and this is for all drugs, y'all. I just randomly just thought of Xanax, you know what I'm saying? And pills, because I refuse to take pills. I don't like medication. I was never that type to be doing that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just because I've seen people off the stuff, and I've seen family off the stuff, and just be addicted to that and rely on that. And it just never made sense to me, because it's like, these drugs come from Earth some way. It stems from Earth. It's just the scientists add little things to keep you a fiend, to keep you not in control, to keep you blind, to keep your body of lower vibration, to keep these disorders coming, to not solve anything. It's just a, you know what I'm saying? And just where the word stems down from, agora, I mean gathering place, market. What is happening with this drug? It's in the market. These drugs are in markets to sell. Artists out here are promoting these things. I had to change the location, okay? So, and that was just simply Xanax. And so I decided, let me do another drug. And so I was thinking, I'm like, what's another addictive, common valued drug in the communities. And I thought of lean, codeine, promethazine, whatever you want to call it. And so I did some research on codeine. And what's codeine? It's an opioid and prodrug of morphine, mainly used to treat pain, coughing, and diarrhea. Okay? It is found naturally in the sap of opium poppy, which is a flower also known as poppy seeds. These drugs come naturally, y'all. Okay? Keep that in mind. And these scientists are manipulating. Okay. And other names, the other name for codeine, the code name is 3-methylmorphine, okay? And y'all really gotta look at the code names, because when you search that up, it's going to give you more information and more in depth about what it is, okay? Okay, and so what are the common side effects of 3-methylmorphine? Okay, y'all. Vomiting, constipation, itchiness, lightheadedness, and drowsiness. Serious side effects may include breathing difficulties and addiction. Whether it's used, okay, just talking about pregnancy and all that stuff. Of course, you shouldn't be taking any of that stuff when you got a baby, right? But y'all, all these drugs have in common is they have more side effects than pros, than genuine effects to help you. It makes no sense. Why are we taking these things, especially if they come from Earth? That we could translate these things naturally and take it and heal us. That's why I always say food dead ass heals. Like, why are we spending all of our money on these types of drugs to look cool, cute, to feel like we doing something with our lives? When you're not. You're just staying on the surface level where they want you to be at. These creators that created the manipulation wants us to be at, because they have higher knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And they know how shit works. And so I did some research. I looked up 3-methylmorphine. Okay, and it will show you the structures and all of that of what it is. Morphine is a morphinone alkaloid that is a highly potent opioid analgesic psychoactive drug. Morphine acts directly on the central nervous system to relieve pain, but has a high potential for addiction. Okay? With tolerance in both physical and psychological dependence developing rapidly. I wonder why. And y'all, these are on scientific websites, pages, people who, you know, are doing the research, you know, and they are just recording it literally to the public, y'all. These aren't hidden things. They're not trying to hide anything. It's just that we are just so surface level and we don't strive to learn what actually is this. We just take it. You know what I mean? We're just like, okay, I'll listen to you. You know what I mean? Manipulation at its best. We don't actually think and be like, wait, what am I taking? We're just taking somebody else's word, which isn't a bad thing to take in somebody else's information, but it's always a good thing to do your own information and research, because you could find a lot more when you seek for your own benefits instead of somebody else telling you, thinking it's the right answer. Because at the end of the day, these scientists, these doctors are going to be telling you their opinions, okay, with a little bit of facts. And okay, and these doctors know what's going on too. Like I said, it's on here for free. You know, they're literally explaining the manipulation, and these are the creators. They know exactly what they are doing and giving to the communities, the people who don't have their power, because they want to keep us under control, you know? They want to keep us down here so we're not reaching higher levels and bettering our generations, our bloodlines. Okay, so morphine is the most abundant opioid found in the papaver somniferum, the opium poppy, aka the flower, the poppy seeds, and I'm going to get to poppy seeds in a little bit, okay? It has a role as an opioid analgesic, a mu-opioid receptor agonist, a plant metabolite, an environmental contaminant, and xenobiotic, a vasodilator agent, an anesthetic, a drug allergen, and a geroprotector. It is an organic heteropentoxylic compound, a tertiary amino compound, and a morphine alkaloid. It is a conjugate base of a morphine 1 positive. It derives from a hydride of a morphine. Okay, y'all? And morphine, the main alkaloid of opium, was first obtained from poppy seeds in 1805. Y'all, that's why scientists, they know about this world. You know what I mean? They experiment. They're like, oh, what does this flower do? What can we turn this flower into? What can we do with this? Us humans, we are creators. Not all scientists and researchers and all that stuff are deceitful, you know? It's all the intentions we're doing when it comes to our hobbies and our things, you know? But a lot of these high ups don't have our best intentions for the human race. And so I'm telling you, these drugs, they do a lot of tests. And you really think about it, this information is out here. They had to go through several tests. We don't know what else they've done and tested on. They test on animals, they test on human beings. What kinds of human beings? You know what I'm saying? How do they know that it's good for panic? It's good for anxiety? I'm telling you, all these things were created. Disorders were created somehow. Because these higher ups, these alien technologies, they understand how to manipulate the human anatomy, the body. They know what's good for us, and they know how to manipulate it so our atoms in our blood and stuff can be manipulated to affect our brain, our nervous systems, and how we move and how we think. And then we bring it, so they do it from the inside, and then we bring it out to the 3D, to the physical world. Why we are stuck in trauma, why we have to go through this, why we're not breaking generational curses. And it all stems down from these things in the communities we grow up in. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so you think about it, they have to test all these drugs somehow, and morphine was granted FDA approval in 1941. It was supposedly founded in 1805. Finally, FDA approved in 1941. Think about all the research, all the tests he had to do to finally FDA approve it for manipulation to the world. I'm telling you, these things are thought out. Xanax and all these drugs just didn't pop out of nowhere. It's a deeper meaning behind it and what they are trying to do to us. And so then, I already knew what poppy seeds were, and I know the benefits and stuff, and you could get it naturally online and stores, you know. And what's the benefits of poppy seeds? So that's what I looked up. Benefits of poppy seeds. Poppy seeds are great sources of many nutrients the body needs to stay healthy. These include protein, fiber, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. And you could get it as like a powder. You could put it in your smoothies, all that stuff, kind of like flax seeds. Those are really good for you. Hemp seeds. And these all come from earth, natural. You can get it naturally. You don't, these pharmaceutical drugs, they're not here to heal us, y'all. Okay? We could cure our diseases, our disorders we have and, you know, face due to our own traumas and our own experiences. You could heal it naturally. And, you know, this is poppy seeds. It's not damn codeine. That is lab made and not for our best interest. And I understand, like I said, I don't know everybody in the world. I don't know everybody's conditions in the world. I understand people, they, you know, are born a certain way. You know, maybe they're more hyperactive. Maybe they are more, you know, just jittery and they just have that anxiety built in. But there's natural ways to, you know, settle that down and to heal. And it all stems down to, like, because we all say, you know, they were born that way, but they were born, you know, they had to be created, right? How was the love language like between the parents? What traumas did they fix or do they still have while, you know, consuming the baby and creating the baby? What did they consume on their day-to-day life? What is their blood like? Who were they interacting with? It all stems down. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, you know, these things create, and, you know, when the kid is born, they have these things in their blood and in their line. You know, and it definitely can be cured. You know, like in the Bible, how Jesus, he was healing people who were blind. He was healing people, you know, all types of things. There has to be a way to heal these things naturally, these so-called disorders. And it's not going to be by drugs that were lab made. It's not going to be by food that was lab made. It's not going to be anything lab made, y'all. It's going to come from earth, because these scientists, where are they getting these compounds from? They're getting it from earth. But they're just simply manipulating it. So they can manipulate us, because they are smart and educated on the human anatomy. And they know how to trick us. You know? Because humans, you know, we listen, we take in information and stuff, and, you know, we look at people's statuses, people, and we listen to them. You know, that's why, like, we out here, we try to be like our favorite influencers, our favorite artists and stuff like that. We soak in these things. But it's all about, what are you soaking in, though? What are you consuming? It all connects. What are you consuming with your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your body? What are you eating? What are you reading? What are you intaking? It all matters. It's all intentions, y'all. And so, yeah, like, them high thoughts, man, it took me on a trip, you hear me? That's what, it's just crazy, for real. Y'all really need to do your research and, you know, if a random thought comes in your head and you're like, I'm gonna just look this up, look it up. You don't know where it will lead you to. It will make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I want to look up what was Xanax really made of. You know what I'm saying? But shit took me on a little trip. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy, like, how everything kind of originates in a way, where the origins come from and what it leads up to. Like, history matters, and getting educated on history matters. Like, of course we're not going to be learning this in school. The school don't even know this. Our own teachers don't even know this. Our own doctors barely know this. Or they don't want to tell this either. That's why you have to seek it. You have to get in tune to your intuition, to yourself. I know it was very informative, and it really opened y'all's minds to, like, oh shit, like, let me get right, you know what I'm saying? Because it's real out here. These high ups knows what's going on. History matters. Real history matters. You know what I'm saying? And the information is out there free. It's in your hands. It could be in the library, you know? But essentially it's in your hands. And technology, of course, is getting, you know, advanced, of course. And the new ages are coming. Babies are built different now, you know. It's elevating. Evolution, you know, it's changing up. But we also need it for the better, though. We need to elevate for the better. And there's, like, of course, there's two sides of the world. There's that manipulation, and there's wanting to be genuine, you know what I'm saying? And actually want to put knowledge out there to the communities and stuff. Because people don't know these things. And the higher ups isn't going to teach these things. They don't want us to learn. We are in a simulation, y'all. No, not what you think it is, not a video game. It feels like a video game, but no, we're real, you know? We are the aliens. You know what I'm saying? We like think, oh, there's aliens over here, over there, bitch. We are the aliens, you know? This is our home. Earth is our home. How we are created. You really gotta sit and think, like, man, us humans, we could really create. Like, look at what all these scientists, political people and stuff, they create. It's all due to mindset and the understanding of what this world truly is and who you truly are. We are spiritual beings in a human body. You know what I'm saying? In our flesh. You know, you have to seek and strive for your purpose of the world. Understand how this world works. And you have to be able to read the deceit and read the facades. Because this world is built on, you know, good and bad. There's a balance. You have to balance the both, because without the bad, how are you going to gain good? How are you going to learn? And without the good, how are you going to, you know, experience that bad, and how to test your intuition, how to test yourself without it, you know? How are you going to be able to build if everything is just good and flowers and shit? You know what I'm saying? And not everything, there's beauty in everything, you know? And yeah, that's what I really want to express. For real, like, we have to be who we're supposed to be, humans, Earth. you know? We have to consume things naturally. You have to get to know what's good for your body. We are all created the same, you know? Through love, through, you know, we all have blood, of course, different types of blood, and we're all made up of different chromosomes and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But essentially, we are all the same. We all have arms, legs, a brain, you know what I'm saying? And we just have to learn how to take care of that, how to take care of our blood. And it's all going, there's so many natural remedies and natural, you know, parts of the earth. There's so many, you know, places on earth, so many herbs, so many foods, trees of different kinds. You know, there's one type of tree with, and they got cousins too, you know what I'm saying? Just like us. We are a part of earth, y'all. We're supposed to be consuming things of earth, not of what the deceitful, you know, beings wants us to consume just so we could be under their spell and under their power and control. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we need structure, but it all goes down to what structure are you building for yourself, though, in your life? We are in somebody else's simulation, wannabe simulation, and it's all a mental thing. We are free, but you have to find your freeness within your mind, within inside, and then bring it to the outside and express it and share it. But you gotta take care of this first and learn this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and stay blessed. Mwah.